Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It is Wednesday, new comic book day. It is time to review the books that are coming out next Wednesday, January 17th. This gives you an entire 7 days to prepare ahead of time. Check with your local comic book shops, see if they're going to get some of these books in. Maybe check online, as we're going to do here in a moment using Midtown. So let's jump into it. Let's see what we got next week. Kind of a light week, not a ton of books that I'm going to recommend, but there's a couple. There's a couple that have some nice covers on some series that have been somewhat well received. So I'll kind of share that with you. So we're using Midtown here, of course. Starting off with Dark Horse Comics, Black Hammer: The End, issue number 5, Jeff Lemire. I was a big fan of the first volume of Black Hammer. I thought it was really good. I think the second volume, I can't remember what the title of that was, but I kind of fell off after that second volume. So I've not been collecting this latest. Maybe I'll buy it in trade paperback down the road, but I definitely did not want to collect the floppies. Um, Still waiting to see if they ever do anything with Black Hammer as far as make that into a. I could see that being made into maybe an animated type thing, but yeah, definitely not live action. I don't think. Still nothing about it coming out though. Operation Sunshine number 4 is out. Several covers. I like Glenn Fabry. I think his name is Fabry. He's famous for doing those. Man, I tell you, one of the best comic book stories I ever read was Preacher. I still I still have every single issue of Preacher in my collection. Man, those are such good books. I should have bought the hardcover edition that came out recently. Maybe I'll see if I can find a deal online for one. But yeah, it's just again, Fabry did all the covers for Preacher, and they were so good. Yeah, he's just a great artist. I definitely dig his covers. There's also a Tyler Crook cover for the C cover. That one looks decent. Space Usagi Death and Honor issue 2. Stan Sakai, artist is Imi Fuji, I think it is. The cover I like is the incentive cover, the B cover by Jennifer Meyer. Man, she's so good. I dig her art. I've communicated with her a few times on Instagram. She's very, very sweet, very nice. A lot of her stuff, you know, looks like she's really good at illustrating for like children's books, things like that. But she just has a really unique style. It fits perfectly for Usagi Yojimbo. I would love to see her do a interior art, but she's I'm sure her process would probably be difficult because she's so detail oriented and so beautiful. Her stuff is so beautiful. It'd be tough. It's like Alex Ross. Remember when he did interior art? Man, that was a long time ago. He hasn't done that in ages. It's just a lot of work. It's too easy just to do covers and get a nice check cut to you. So yeah, I like this cover though quite a bit. Again, this is like a 1 in 10. Notice it's already at, it's priced at like a 1 in 25, but I believe it's only a 1 in 10. So that's how in demand and how popular her covers are. So I'd expect that one to sell out at some point here in the next day or two. Stranger Things, The Voyage number 3, several covers there available. Um, See which one that you like. Looks like the hardcover for Masquerade sold out. Kevin Smith. That's sold out already on Midtown. Moving on to DC Comics. Batman, Superman, World's Finest, number 23. I do like this Sebastian Firamera cover. Man, that's such a good cover. Believe I pre-ordered that bad boy. Yeah, that cover is fantastic. Great job there by Sebastian. There's a Dan Mora, 1 in 25. There's an incentive cover by Michael Walsh. I think that's a 1 in 50. So the 1 in 25 is priced at $13.50. The 1 in 50 is priced all the way down to $27. Not a good sign. And Catwoman 61. Nakayama did the A cover there. You got Racha Lin. At first I thought that art looks very similar to is it Rodriguez? I can't remember her name. Ramirez, Rodriguez, something like that. Inhook Lee did the C cover. There is a D cover by Fornes. The Danny cover, 1 in 25. That's pretty cheap, $13.50. The 1 in 50 by Nakayama is priced at $36. Not my favorite Nakayama cover. Shazam number 7. Go look at that 1 in 25 that Nakayama did. That one's really good. That's a great example of a good Nakayama cover. Let's see what else we got here. Green Lantern War Journal number 5. I do like this incentive cover here by Jerry Gaylord. I just like the colors on it. It's just kind of pops. Yellow and red and green. Yeah, it's just a nice collage of colors there. I believe that's a 1 in 50 for $27. You got another Constantine book, John Constantine, Hellblazer, Dead in America. There's a Jock cover for the B cover. There's a Sean Phillips cover for the C. The incentive cover, 1 in 25, I'm not too impressed by. I like the other covers way better. I think the Jock cover would be my favorite, although I do like that Sean Phillips cover too. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. Number 4. This has been a pretty good series. One of the few that comes from DC. It seems to be doing well. I think a lot of people have been collecting it. All things Godzilla have been on fire lately. That Godzilla movie did very, very well at the box office. I'm still waiting for it to come out on streaming. I do want to watch it. I've heard very, very good things about it. Obviously, the first appearance of Godzilla is doing very, very well. That's been on a lot of Hot 10 lists in the last few months. And I think this comic series is going to be collectible. So I wouldn't sleep on it. The covers I like this Melina cover. This is a 1 in 25 cover by Melina. Notice no discount like you saw on the other 1 in 25s that were discounted down to $13. This one is basically just a 10% off of ratio discount. It has such a good cover there by Melina. Love that cover. There is a 1 in 50 cover by James Stokey. This is my cover of the week, by the way. So for next week. So best cover coming out, in my opinion, next Wednesday is this cover here by James Stokey. Dude, the detail in this cover, I mean, you got to like really zoom in and look at this. There's just a lot of detail, which of course Stokey is known for that. But he's perfect for drawing covers for Godzilla. I mean, he's done previous covers for Godzilla before. And this is just another classic cover. Obviously, the price shows you it's selling over ratio price right now. If you go on eBay, I saw a couple listings around $75 to $80. So people are asking more on eBay at the moment. Again, it's a 4th issue of a mini series. Typically, shops do not order 50 copies deep on the 4th issue of a series. Maybe the first 2 issues they might do that, but definitely not by the 4th issue. So you combine that with a really hot cover, and yeah, I expect this book to do very, very well. Don't think you're going to find it easily at your LCS. I think the big shops had it in stock. I know Golden Apple had a copy or two. They sold them for $100 a piece. They're usually at the high end of pre-order pricing. Midtown has it for 54. I think that's a decent price considering what they're asking on eBay at the moment. So prior to this morning, I think there was only one listing, and I think it was like I think they were asking close to $100 on it. So yeah, 54 doesn't sound too bad. Sounds like a pretty good deal to me on a 1 in 50. That's just a great cover. That's my cover of the week, by the way, for next week. Let's see what else looks compelling from DC. There might be one other book. I kind of dig this Indhook Lee cover. This is Deadshot on the cover there of Nightwing number 110. Just a cool looking cover by Indhook Lee. I like that it's regularly priced. No incentive pricing there. Superman Lost number 10. I definitely like this Christian Ward cover. Again, this is a 1 in 25. Notice they've got it discounted down to $13. I looked on eBay. There's no listings on eBay of this cover yet, so I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be rare or not, but I dig it. I love the coloring on it. Christian Ward is definitely known for having bright, dynamic, beautiful coloring on his covers, and just a great cover there. So total cover buy for me. I grabbed one. $13.50 seems cheap to me for a 1 in 25. I love that cover. Superman, yeah, there's other covers here for Superman number 10. That was Superman Lost number 10. So regular Superman ongoing title. Issue 10, you got the Campbell cover, the A. You've got a nice Lee Bermejo cover. The old classic stopping the train, about to run over the damsel in distress cover. That one's pretty good. You got a Lyrics Lee 1 in 25 cover. You got a Mirko Kolak cover. I think that's the 1 in 50. For the regular ongoing Superman number 10, I definitely think the Bermejo is the one to get. I think the Campbell cover is pretty decent too. So the Campbell and the Bermejo are definitely my favorite of the covers. The incentive covers are my least favorite. So I probably would pass on those. Titans number 7, you got a Barins cover. I could see people picking these up, especially fans of Bjorn Barins. He's just, yeah, you could tell his style right away, right? Very recognizable art style for sure. Wonder Woman number 5, Tom King. Might be worth picking up that Tedesco cover. I don't know if King is going to have a good run here. King is, sometimes he hits for me as far as writing, sometimes he doesn't. I've not had a chance to read any of his issues here on Wonder Woman. I'm obviously pretty far behind. We're on issue 5 already. But that's just kind of how Tom King is. He sometimes hits and does well, and sometimes he doesn't. So it might be worth flipping through it at your LCS, give it a light read, see if it's worth picking up. I do like that Tedesco cover. There is a 1 in 25 black and white by Sampry, also still available. And that does it for DC. That's a lot of books from DC next week. Dynamite Entertainment, Army of Darkness Forever number 4, a bunch of covers on that. There's a Fleeks cover, Nick Dragata cover. There's a version of that. There's a version of the Tony Fleeks, which looks to be sold out for $9. That's sold out on Midtown. Arthur Sudham version is still available. Got a version of the Matina cover. Yeah, I don't read a lot of Dynamite Entertainment books. Mostly, for me, they're mostly just cover buys. I think they obviously hire some good artists. There's a Shannon Mayer cover there for Sirens Gate number 5. Looks like the Werewolf cover 1 in 25 is sold out at Midtown. Just a bunch of covers on that Sirens Gate, I guess. IDW Publishing. You got your pony books, you got your hedgehogs. The only time I pick up a hedgehog book is if it's a 1 in 25 or higher ratio. Those are, especially if it's a decent cover, they tend to be pretty easy to flip. I flipped one last year for a lot of money. Yeah, I think I've talked about that quite a bit. Star Trek 16. Yeah, I like the Jake Bartok Virgin variant here. Good old Scotty the engineer. I can't remember the actor's name. I know he passed. I know almost all of them have passed away now. The original Star Trek Lieutenant Uhura passed away, what, a year or two ago? I know he passed away maybe 4 or 5 years ago. William Shatner's still alive. The oldest cast member of the group still alive, pushing, what is he, 90, 91? Amazing. Still has that toupee on his head. He's had that since 1978. Boy, it's pretty funny. All right, Image. Bloody Dozen, A Tale of Shrouded College. Man, it's a long-ass title. There's a couple covers here. The one I dig is this 1 in 10 incentive. It's kind of reminds me of a poster. It has that poster look to it. I like that cover. I dig the coloring on it. It definitely reminds me of a poster. But man, that's a long time. Usually titles with a long titles don't do well. I mean, they just don't. Show me an example of one that has. Usually in a comic book, if it has a long title, it's doomed to failure. Human beings, our attention span is too shallow, I guess. Cobra Commander #1. Again, this they picked up the licenses of all the G.I. Joe property. I did read that Duke #1, which was pretty good. A good story on that one. I am interested in picking up this Cobra Commander #1. I do like the David Aja cover. Just kind of simplistic. Cool looking cover. Cobra Commander there with his pistol. Yep, I like that cover. There's a Burnham cover. There's several nice covers here. The Epping cover looks cool. That's a 1 in 25. The 1 in 50 is by Sorrentino. That one is nice. There is a John Boy Myers foil variant. I guess it's a spoiler cover. We can't see what it looks like yet. But John Boy Myers, he's a good artist. I mean, he's usually worth taking a bet on. I don't know what the ratio on this book is. I don't know if it's a 1 in 100, if it's a 1 in 150, yeah, 200. I have no idea, but Midtown has it priced at $135. That seems a little expensive, but it's still available. Sometimes a spoiler cover is worth the gamble. I don't know. John Boy Myers has good art, though. Usually hits pretty well. There's a variant blank cover. There is a David Mack connecting cover. I believe these are 1 in 350 or 400. I don't know. Maybe it's $315. Yeah, that's a lot of money. I mean, it's a good cover, but I don't know. I don't know that I can justify that on a Cobra Commander book. I did grab this Colonized Zombies versus Aliens. It's a one shot. I just think the cover looks total cover buy. That cover definitely reminds me of like a 1950s style cover. It's just cool looking. I just like it. I didn't even know about this book. I didn't know about it on pre-orders. I saw it today at Midtown and scooped up a copy. So they're still available if you like it. I like that one a lot. Creepshow #5. The Skinner covers have been pretty good. Looks like there's, I don't know, they're using the same cover twice there. I think this is the Skinner cover, the 1 in 10. What else we got here? Enfield Gang Massacre #7. Cool looking cover, Jacob Phillips cover. I think this is a good series. I've heard some good things about it. I've not picked up any of the issues. I may pick it up in trade. trade paperback, but I've heard it's a really good Western type of story. It's the same creators that did what's that series? The Texas There Will Be Blood, I think it was. I think that was the same creative geniuses. There is a Trad Moore cover, but I really dig the A cover by Phillips. I think that's my favorite by far. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, number 303. Got a Kubert cover there. And there's just one other C cover by Brad Walker and Francesco Segal, I guess. Kill Your Darlings, number 5 will be out next week. I've not been collecting that series. I don't know much about it. Our Dust Bones, number 2. I'm a big fan of Jeff Darrow. I think his covers are really cool. He's done some awesome wraparound covers. He's got a pretty famous Usagi Yojimbo cover that he did several years back. It still sells for really good money just because it's so cool. The detail on it. There's a bunch of guys fighting on the back of a turtle. It's just an awesome cover. I think it's Usagi Yojimbo number 4 or 6. It's either number 4 or number 6. But if you look up Usagi Yojimbo and just type in Jeff Darrow on eBay, I'm sure one will pull up. It's not a cheap book. I think it was like a 1 in 25 incentive at the time. So it's not the easiest book to find, but usually there'll be a copy or two on eBay on occasion for sale. Scorch number 25. That's a Todd McFarlane production. I collected the first few issues of that run, but I kind of left off of it. Deviant number 3. I definitely picking up every issue of this. I'm a big Tynion fan. I think I just pre-ordered the A covers on this. All the covers look nice though. The Jenna Cha cover looks pretty creepy. The Richard Lopez Ortiz, I think that is a 1 in, I don't know if that's a 1 in 25 or a 1 in 50. It might be a 1 in 25. They may have jacked up the price here a little bit, but it's a good series worth picking up, in my opinion. That does it for Image. Marvel, Alien issue 3 will be out next week. Yeah, the cover's okay. Nothing outstanding there. Amazing Spider-Man 42. Of course, you got the Marvel Masterpiece covers here by Greg Hildebrandt and Tim Hildebrandt. Those are very nostalgic. There's also a 1 in 50 Virgin still available at Midtown. Avengers Twilight number 1. This is a new Chip Zdarsky series. The A covers might be worth grabbing just because you got an Alex Ross cover. You got writing by Chip Zdarsky, internal art by Daniel Acuna. It might be worth grabbing one of these. I would recommend at least the Alex Ross A cover. There's a Miller cover. Vanell Francis Yu did a cover. Scotty Young, of course, had to throw his hat in the bin there. There's a Philippe Massafera cover for the F cover, regularly priced. There's an Acuna foil cover. So if you like that Acuna cover and you want to have that bad boy foiled with limited trade dress, or what is it, limited trade dress? Maybe not. No, I think that's the regular. Yeah, it's just a regular foil cover by Acuna. And then there's a 1 in 50 by, actually, is it a 1 in 50? I think it's a 1 in 50 by Simon Bianchi. It's pretty cool. I like the Hulk in that one. It looks pretty good. $36, still available at Midtown. I believe that's a 1 in 50. There is a 1 in 75 by, it's a version of that Philippe Massafera cover. Still available for $67. And then there is a hidden gem, 1 in 200 rather, by Frank Miller. Midtown has that bad boy for $180. Man, that's a lot of money. I mean, if I'm going to spend $180 on a cover, it better be like a Sinkovich cover or a Delato. It's not going to be a Frank Miller cover. I mean, Frank Miller has his, the art has its place, but it just isn't the style of art that I am drawn to, I suppose, is what I want to say. Black Panther #8. I don't know much about that series anymore. I kind of fell off of it a while back. I guess that Tosin character is never being developed. What a shame. I have all those Black Panther #3s sitting in boxes. I think I have 27 copies of that first appearance of Tosin. I guess I missed the boat. I probably should have sold them. I think at one time I could have gotten like what? I think Raws were selling at around $80 a clip. Yeah, I think I could have sold the Raws for $80 a piece. And I think graded, if I'm not mistaken, that book was easily selling around $200 graded, 9.8. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Cable, another reboot of Cable. I don't know if anybody's gonna buy it, but who knows? We'll see. Cap Wolf and the Howling Commandos #4. Only the one cover there by Ryan Brown. I read the first issue. It's pretty good. I thought it's a good read. I think it's worth picking up. Daredevil #5. Looks like the Wolverine cover is sold out. That is definitely an homage to Daredevil #1, if I'm not mistaken. That is sold out. There is a Marvel Masterpiece 1 in 50 available at Midtown. Fantastic Four #16, the B cover. This is an homage to Fantastic Four #1, but they're all different characters of Wolverine on the cover. What else we got here? Invincible Iron Man 14. I kind of dig the Kale No cover. That one's pretty good. You got another Marvel Masterpiece cover, scan cover. Jackpot #1. Bunch of covers there. I kind of dig. I always liked this artist style, Nicoletta Baldari. I just like that style of art. It's pretty cool. That would be my pick of all these covers that they have for this book next week. You got your facsimile of Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars #1. If you don't have the original and want to have or just have a reader copy, a facsimile reader copy, not a bad idea. There's also an incentive by Mike Zeck for $45. Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, issue 3. Got your Bagley homage there of the original Spider-Man 2099. Design variant there by Shalvey. Todd Knock 1 in 25 is still available. We're getting near the end. Star Wars Bounty Hunters 42. None of those covers really. I mean, I guess some people are collecting these logo covers, I suppose, but Obi-Wan Kenobi #4. Yeah, none of those covers are really that good. Star Wars High Republic issue 3. There's a nice Miko Suyan connecting cover. You got the Annie Wu cover. I like this Marquez cover. That's pretty cool. Surprised that's not sold out. Only $18. That's a 1 in 25. The 1 in 100 connecting cover by Miko Suyan is sold out. Now they had that priced at $135. Someone grabbed it. Someone bought it. White Widow #3 is out next week. X-Men 30. Bunch of covers on that one. The 1 in, believe it or not, this is a 1 in 60 incentive variant by Simon Bianchi. Midtown has it priced at $36. That doesn't sound good for a 1 in 60. Almost half off. Half off a ratio, basically. The rest are trades and hardcovers. Independence. Let's see, you got a Berserker second printing one shot, Fallen Empire, that's still available. Titan Comics has Guma, The Beginning of Her, issue 2 out. Ji Hung Lee does all the art and the writing in that series. I kind of dig the concept art cover. I think that's the one I would grab if I was going to pick up one of those issues. All right, I can't see the covers on some of these, or maybe I can. I don't know. What's this one? This one's kind of interesting. Mundus Tenebras #2. The one that's sold out, that's the cover. Yeah, it's pretty gory. Yeah. Kind of dig it. Matthias de Vincenzo. Yeah, is that guy Italian or what? I mean, first of all, Vincenzo is very Italian, but you add a DE in front of it. Oh my God. Like, definitely have some relatives there in Sicily. All right, what else from Independence? I think we're getting near the bottom of the barrel. Rebel Moon, House of Blood Axe. I did try to watch that Rebel Moon. I think it was on Netflix. Was it on Netflix? I think it was. It was, yeah, it wasn't that great. It's kind of boring. The end had a little bit of action, but for the most part, it fell kind of short, in my opinion. So I don't know that any of these comic books are worth picking up. Mags Visaggio is the writer. I'm not a big fan of her. She's one of those SJWs. And hey, if if you're a good writer, whatever. I don't care. I don't care if what your personal life, your proclivities are in your personal life. Just be a good writer. But they let that identity politics get in the way of good writing, and that's a shame. To me, that's a shame. So I don't know, maybe that is well written, that series by her. I don't know, but previously, I think what I know about her is, yeah, the identity politics tends to get in the way of good writing most of the time. Something is Killing the Children #35. Second printing is sold out at Midtown. That might be a hot book to look for next week, depending on whether your LCS ordered a lot of copies of that book. Man, we're up to issue 35 on Something is Killing the Children. Isn't that amazing? I remember when that series first came out. It was pretty hot out of the gate, if I remember right. I think within the first month to 2 months, that book started rising in value consistently. And it's not really stopped. I mean, it's still, I mean, issue #1 has gone, down. At one point, I think it was just overpriced. It's come back down. It's a little bit more affordable now. So if you're looking for those back issues, now might be a good time to start looking. The Prism #4. I don't know much about this book, but they do have some cool covers, and it looks like some of them are sold out. There is a Tyler Boss Virgin cover. There is a Parallel Lines album cover that is sold out. And then there's a Tyler Boss black and white cover that is sold out as well on Midtown. And then another homage cover, I guess, Parallel Lines. Looks like it's in black and white. That is also sold out. So I don't know. That might be a hot series. I'm not too sure. You may want to take note of it. Traveler's Guide to Flagoria, #6. Looks like the action figure cover is a 1 in 25. That is sold out at Midtown. White River Monster #3. I can't. What's the cover look like? All right, there's the cover. Looks like a typical monster cover. Zorro, Man of the Dead. We've got some variants. Now, this book is coming out today. Most shops will have the A, B, C cover today in your shop, but these are going to be, I guess, other covers that they didn't have, at least Midtown didn't have them advertised last week. So this is the Scalera movie poster homage. And I like the black and white one. That's the one I would grab, is the black and white one. That one looks pretty cool. There's also a very nice looking Dustin Nugent variant. I like that watercolor look. That cover looks really good. So I think that's a 1 in 25. Again, this is Whatnot Publishing. I'm not a fan of the Whatnot publishers. I think a lot of their books are garbage, in my opinion. But um, Sean Gordon Murphy writing and doing the art, yeah, this is worth picking up just because of it's Sean Gordon Murphy. He's very, very good. I've been collecting his Batman's his little Batman universe that he created. I mean, he's good. He's been around a while. He's an established, in my opinion, a very established writer and artist. I think he's definitely worth taking a chance on. So that's it, guys. Those are the books coming out next Wednesday. Take a little recognition of the chat here. We got Luis Ramirez 504 stopping in to say hi. We got the immortal Biggie Shack saying hi. Good old Biggie. He's always scooping out the channels. He's always doing his live streams as well. So make sure you check out the immortal Biggie Shack on his YouTube channel. He's got a lot more subscribers than I do. I'm a small fish, but he's always got good content. So go check him out. And we got Aggressive Relaxing. He's always relaxing aggressively. There is going to be a Rebel Moon comic. I'll check that out. Yeah, it might be worth taking a look at. I think I did pick up the first issue. I think it was a one shot. Yeah, I mean, maybe I need to try to rewatch it again. I mean, I got to stop trying to watch movies at like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. That's the problem. I only last like 25, 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, and then I tend to get a little sleepy. I think part of the problem is I've got a very comfortable couch. I I need to find a chair that's not as comfortable and maybe sit in that and try to watch movies. I don't know. My couch is like, I don't know if you've ever seen these cloud couches. They're like the pillows are real fluffy, and man, you kind of sink down in that damn thing, and it just puts you to sleep. So yeah, it's kind of hard for me to watch a movie on that couch, but I got this huge TV screen, and you'd think that would keep me riveted, but yeah, the couch just puts me to sleep. So that's what I had for you guys. I appreciate you stopping by on the chat to say hello. Those are my picks for next Wednesday. My book of the week, as I stated earlier, was a DC book, believe it or not. I'll highlight it again here for you guys. Maybe I'll highlight my two favorite books. So my two favorite books coming out next Wednesday, just to drive the point home a little bit. The Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. I love the 1 in 50 cover by James Stokoe. Just awesome detail. It's just a great Godzilla cover. I could see that being a classic Godzilla cover. And I just don't think a lot of shops are going to have that cover available. A 1 in 50 ratio on issue 4. Probably not going to be that easy to find. Most shops are probably not going to have that book available. So that's my number one book for next week. My second pick for sure is the Dark Horse Space Usagi Death and Honor #2. I really like this Jennifer Myers cover. It's a 1 in 10 that, of course, is priced higher than that because I think a lot of people dig her art. She's definitely got a good following. Check her out on Instagram, Jennifer L. Myers. So they're missing the S there. Midtown's missing the S. It should be Myers, not Meyer. But yeah, check her Instagram out. She's just fantastic. She's got some great art. Highly recommend that you follow her on Instagram. And she's also doing the incentive cover for #3 as well. So yeah, we'll be on top of that. All right, guys, that's all I had for you. Hope you have a great Wednesday. Go get your books, and we'll talk to you soon.